And with that, welcome to week 3 of the craziness that has been the 2014 NFL season. Am I right, Cole?
You're right on the dot on that one, I'll tell you that.
And this is almost your 1-year anniversary, your first full season on the NFL show. He joined in about week 4 or 5 last year, as some of you may not know, because this is probably your first time seeing this show. Hi there, kids. Welcome to the NFL. And so, before we get going with these week 3 picks, let's talk about the craziness that has been the last week. We'll try to condense as much as we can since we only have 43 minutes to talk here. What are our thoughts?
Well, I can do better picking, I'll tell you that. If you're going 6-10, that's bad. That's not good.
I went 8-8. And if I wouldn't have sided with him on a couple of picks, I would have went 10-6. So, it wasn't the best week for either of us, and neither has it been for the Vikings, the Ravens, and just now the Cardinals. It's been chaos.
Yeah, nothing
off the field.
NFL not looking good right now, I'll tell you that. A lot of bad things going on.
Although one thing that the Vikings have learned from the Adrian Peterson scandal, besides the fact that you shouldn't be hitting a child with a tree branch, is that Asiata is a halfway decent running back they have on the bench.
Yeah, he did a great job last week, and let's see what we can do this week, as it'll be probably impossible for me to remember that name for the next couple of weeks as well, so we'll try to figure this out. Hopefully I can get it in my brain.
Mm-hmm. And if you're just joining us, Jonathan Dwyer, Cardinals running back, has been arrested for domestic violence also.
I would have thought, buddy.
So now one of my Twitter friends has called it the hashtag National Felons League.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
And I had just written an article to my news writing class about how the NFL is the no fun league. I guess we'll have to lead the NFL in penalties this year. Hashtag fun police. As quoted by Jimmy Graham. But anyway, so many things happening this week. A couple of sponsors that are almost about ready to pull the plug. Radisson has pulled the plug with the Vikings. Nike has pulled the plug on Adrian Peterson, and Anheuser-Busch is about ready to pull the plug on the NFL. And the Clydesdale, and unfortunately, you might not see another Clydesdale in the Super Bowl ever again if this happens.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen, because I think they are the #1 sponsor in the NFL right now, and that'd be a huge loss to the NFL profit. So let's see, hopefully things don't get worse for the NFL as we've seen today so far. It's getting worse with another scandal going on now. So let's see if the NFL can try to step their game up a little bit, try to get stuff under control, and hopefully keep the sponsors that have been supporting this league for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm. And of course, if you're an NFL fan like we are, we might get our wish. Roger Goodell might be leaving soon.
Yeah, sounds like he is. People aren't happy with him, I'll say that.
And so, with that being said, all the ruckus that has been week 2 and coming into week 3, I'm 19-13 while he is 16-16, so I'm 3 games up, and I believe I won last year.
So I didn't have a full thing last year.
Yeah, that's true. So you got some catching up to do.
Only 3 games, I can get up there. So that's 1 week possibly.
True. That's 1 week's worth of games there. So, without further ado, Thursday night game this week. NFC South Division rivalry. Atlanta against the Bucs.
Yeah, Tampa Bay last week not looking very impressive at all, as McCann looked like he couldn't do anything for the offense as well. But Rainey, I thought he did a good job of filling in for
Doug Martin.
Doug Martin, yeah.
He's talking about the Bucs.
Yeah, Bucs, yep.
He said Atlanta. Glennon's their starter, or did they substitute?
It's McCann.
Okay.
McCann, yeah, he's been the starting quarterback since the beginning of the season, actually.
Okay.
And then somebody backup, which I don't get why, but anyways, yeah, Tampa, my bad, I messed that one up. But I don't know, I did this last week too for some reason. Rainey did a good job on the ground last week. Filled in for Martin, and now...
Sure didn't help my fantasy team because I had Martin starting.
Did you? Yeah, I think I did on that last second.
Because he was the 4 o'clock game, and I had Todman on the bench.
Okay,
I was screwed out, but I whooped my opponent by 50
I lost by
points.
0.9 points. That was bull crap. Of course, he had Jordan Nelson, so that didn't help me. But anyways, Tampa Bay still has some question marks to fill in this year. Atlanta, after last week, I think they have some question marks as well after Matt Ryan having such an amazing first game of the year. Second game of the year, not so well as he threw 3 interceptions in that game. The offense was not clicking, just looked like the offense of last year all over again, except they actually had all their starters this time. This one, it's going to be, I believe, in favor of Atlanta in this one. I just believe Atlanta, this offense is going to start clicking here in this game once again. The Tampa Bay offense, pretty much right now, all they have is a running game, and I believe Atlanta has the advantage on both sides of the ball, and I'm going to give Atlanta the win right here, 24-10.
It seems like the past 3 years now we've considered Tampa Bay to be NFC contenders, and the past 3 years they're becoming pretenders. And I think the same is true this year. I'm picking Atlanta to win this game 24-20. I think the defenses weren't that strong, although Lovie Smith is known for defense. That's why Atlanta only scores 24 this game. 24-20 to Atlanta. To our Sunday games, Buffalo, surprise team, against San Diego, who had a surprise win last week.
Yeah, speaking of San Diego, a team I was still thinking about. I was really thinking about taking them over Seattle, but I'm just like, it's Seattle. I don't know, but
you stay classy, San Diego.
San Diego.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Damn it, who put that on the teleprompter? You know he's going to read that.
But San Diego, very impressive win over Seattle as they pretty much stopped the Seattle offense, and Philip Rivers destroyed, I believe, the Seattle defense. I don't know where he came from that game, but that entire San Diego offense took down the Legion of Boom and targeted them all and beat them all in a very, very impressive win at home.
But don't tell Richard Sherman he got exposed.
Richard Sherman, he wasn't happy about it. I'll tell you that. Rivers was ripping on him after the game, but San Diego, a very impressive win over last year's Super Bowl champions to make them 1-1 in the season. And another team that is very surprising so far, the Buffalo Bills, who I didn't think were going to be that good of a team coming in this year, but right now the AFC East leaders, with the only team that is undefeated in the AFC East now, their offense has been looking great. A.J. Manuel looking very, very well. Watkins, the rookie, looking very well in his second game of the year, having over 100 yards receiving in the game. This one, I do believe is going to be a very, very close game. Buffalo at home, I think, could be a little bit of an advantage, but I just believe San Diego is going to keep it going in this one. San Diego's offense going to look great, I believe, in this one again, and Antonio Gates, once again, going to look good in this one after having a very, very amazing game last week. I believe he had 3 touchdowns in that one. And I believe San Diego's going to get the win in this one. A very close game, though, 21-17.
I remember a game last year, it was week 2, that San Diego had to play out east at a 1 o'clock game, and they were heavily disfavored. You know who they were playing in week 2 last year?
Week 2, I don't know.
Eagles.
Oh, yep.
And they won that game, and I picked them to win. I think that was 2 weeks before you came on. I picked them to win. And I'm going to do the same this time. I'm going to pick San Diego to beat Buffalo, who this game could be really close. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some analysts pick Buffalo to win this game.
I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo's looked impressive. I'm not going to lie. They have looked pretty good. I mean, at times, I thought they do actually look like the best team in the AFC East right now.
And every man named Bill is happy, including Bill Clinton.
Yeah, sure.
San Diego will win this game 31-21, although it could very well be closer than that. So keep your eyes open on that game. St. Louis against them Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys last week actually looking pretty well as the defense played very good, and Tony Romo and that Dallas Cowboy offense looked good as well. As Murray, a great job on the ground, having over 160 yards running in the game, and Romo throwing actually pretty good in that game. I don't believe he threw an interception at all in that game after the terrible game.
Well, that's because they had Murray run the ball.
Yeah, Murray, great game by him. But defense actually did pretty well against the Titans as well, as I thought the Titans were going to run over that Dallas defense we sitting against San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
But Dallas showed up in that game. But on the St. Louis side, they got up their first win of the season as well as they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. Very good game by them. Stacy, a good game on the ground for him as this game. St. Louis is at home, but I am going to take Dallas in this one. I just believe they're going to be able to beat up on this hurt St. Louis defense, and I believe Murray once again is going to have a big game on the ground. And I'm going to take Dallas in this one, 24-20.
What should be a low-scoring game is going to be a high-scoring game. And why? Cole just pretty much said it. St. Louis defense is hurt. Dallas defense is Dallas defense. Although they did play very well against Tennessee, which I'm very surprised by.
Yeah, I was too. I thought J. Locker was going to take advantage of that, but he got, I think he threw 3 interceptions in that game as well.
I remember Friday morning I was listening to the radio and they were saying, if you want a fantasy quarterback, take Jake Locker. And I thought, good point, but I'm not sure about that. I didn't take him.
I liked him. I liked him. I still do like him, actually, to tell the truth.
But I'm picking, because of the Dallas defense, I think they'll be reminded that they are the Dallas defense. And I'm going to pick St. Louis to win this game 35-30. High-scoring game.
I believe St. Louis changed their quarterback once again last week as well. I can't remember who their quarterback was. It wasn't Hill anymore, though.
Was it not
It wasn't
Clemens?
Holland.
Wasn't Clemens?
No, I don't know who it was. I had to look it up, but...
We're going to have to, because of all this free agency, it's like, oh!
Yeah, I know.
Who's playing where? Anyway, St. Louis wins this one 35-30. He picked Dallas. Philly, the surprise 2-0 Eagles against the Washington Redskins.
Redskins last week looked very, very well, but sad news for the Redskins fans, RG3 is going to be out for 8 weeks now in the NFL season.
Now, I am a huge Michigan fan, but I would say that that's actually not that sad of news.
Oh, no. The good news is you have a very good backup quarterback behind him, a.k.a.
And that's why I said it wasn't that bad of news, because Kirk Cousins will probably be your starter next week.
Oh, he definitely will be a starter next week, as the game he threw in last week, my God. First pass he thrown was a touchdown. I think a 20-yard touchdown it was. And after that, he does the fireworks show continue, as he had a very, very impressive game. Of course, it was against the Jaguars, whose defense is not that well known. But... again, Kirk Cousins looked amazing to start off the season. He led the team to a very, very strong win over the Jacksonville Jaguars and showed that this offense has some power without Deshaun Jackson as well in that game, as he got hurt in that game as well. And then we go to the Eagles, who came back from another impressive victory.
And I thought the Colts were the comeback kids.
No, it's the Eagles now.
I guess it's the Eagles.
After a very, very impressive win in that one. And the Eagles... I think they announced this other day. They were the first team in NFL history to come back after trailing by 14 points in the first 2 weeks and win both those games.
And I'm telling you, although everybody still isn't sold on it, 2 words: Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, he is a good player. I believe he's a great quarterback. He's got a little bit more down. He's been struggling with the turnovers a little bit this year, but. He is a great quarterback, and he is probably right now is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. And this one, I believe, is going to be a high-scoring game between these two, Washington and Kirk Cousins, and that powerful throwing and running for the Washington Redskins. And then you have Philly as well with very powerful passing and running, as we see in Sproles. My God, that guy can run. I can tell you what, I never really paid attention to him in Saints games, but watching him in a Philly game, wow. This one, and I think Sproles is going to be the big factor in this game as well after watching him these last couple of weeks, and I believe that doesn't get Philly the win at home. I just believe the very fast-paced offense is going to take advantage of this Washington defense, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this one 31-27, and don't be surprised if they come back again out of nowhere.
I also picked Philly to win this one a little bit closer than that, since divisional games are tricky.
Yeah.
Because... It's the division. There's really no other way to say it, because the divisional game is like that team could suck and they could still beat them.
It's like playing against your brother, pretty much. They know everything you're gonna do.
I believe Philly is going to win this one 28-17, and you don't be surprised if it's 17-0 Redskins at the half.
Yeah,
and they do it again.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Segment 2 of this show is coming up next.